sometimes it's easier to appreciate and be grateful for other people. And it's like, cool, but let's treat ourselves the way we treat other people. I think some people, it's like the real challenge is being appreciative of ourselves. So, man, and I think the real beauty to be grateful for about ourselves is our uniqueness, our weirdness. I think weirdness is a gluten-free breadcrumb trail that leads us to our authenticity. And you know, how I look at myself now, what I appreciate the least about myself is when I act normal. I think acting normal is another way of saying not being yourself. But you act normal in a way of like, well, let me act the way everybody else acts. Let me conform. And, you know, sometimes you do that. If you're driving a car, it's great to act normal. You don't want to like, well, let me do self-expression here and color outside the lines. Like, no, it's be normal. But I think the time and place for being normal isn't all the time everywhere. I think we have the ratio backwards where most of the time, most of us act normal. Maybe letting our beautiful, weird authenticity out a little bit of the time. I think we should flip that. I think most of the time we should be being our weird, authentic selves. And then we do a little bit of normal when it will serve us well, like driving our car. So my experience with weirdness was when I was a child. The weirdness, uniqueness, authenticity about me, that's what I had the most shame about. Like I'd be made fun of it sometimes, like, oh, you have red hair. You see things differently. Excuse me. So I think a lot of times as children, we learn to be ashamed of what makes us ourselves because it makes us different. But then we can flip the script on that when we're adults. When we start to wake up, we realize like, oh, this weirdness, it deserves to be celebrated because it's what makes me different. Because like when we're a kid, like the last thing we want is to be different. But when we're an adult, the less different we are, the more differentiated we are, which means we're able to find ourselves more. We're able to celebrate ourselves more. And I think when we do that, we inspire other people to do it for themselves. I don't know what the purpose of life is, but I would dare say it might have something to do with the purpose of your life is for you to live your life. And I don't think we are living our lives when we're acting like other people, when we're acting normal. I think we are much more living our lives when we're being unapologetically weird, when we're being authentic.
I love it. I love it. And one more thing that I think this helps us with is the fact that we can find our place in the world. When we are trying too much to conform, it's really hard for us to. We're going to do the things that everybody does, and sometimes
Yeah.
this just doesn't work for us, and we feel that, we know that, okay, this is not what I'm supposed to do. And you just know, and many people have been through this. But I think that this is exactly it. And what I also appreciate about you is that you're a living example of that. Like all of your weirdness, your the things that you might have been ashamed of or something like this in the past, you are bringing them to the surface, and you are gifting us with them and with who you are. And this actually helps us also to be more okay with our weirdness. And I think this is awesome for us, because actually one of the ways that we are learning is through seeing what other people are doing. And the fact that you are authentic helps us be more authentic as well. And yeah, I think I just wanted to say thank you for that.
And well, you're welcome. And I appreciate you seeing that way, Georgian. And it's nice to hide my dirt and have you just recognize the beauty of me. It does mean a lot to me. But yeah, I've got plenty of skeletons in the closet that I'm still working on too.
Definitely. I'm sure that you're human. I mean, I hope you're human.
I'm not. I'm actually mostly turtle.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, I'm significantly human.
Yeah, and this moment, for instance, this is what I love, and the fact that we, for instance, our listeners right now, or when they will be listening, if we're just talking on and on, it's normal. It's something that, okay, they might pay attention or not, but when you have a moment like this of being so authentic, so real, it just freezes the brain. It's like, what did he just say? And you become more aware of this, and I think it's something that we can all bring to the surface and bring to the world. And it's something that once we learn to appreciate and to see, uh, helps us quite a lot. And for you're a living example of that we can do great work and help many people by being ourselves. And I think this is very important. For I live by thinking that examples are the most powerful. We can talk for hours, but if we see someone actually do that, that speaks like much more than we can speak in
Yeah.
10 hours of podcasting or so.
Man, I agree with you 100%. I think talk that leads to action leads to examples, and there's the real impact.